Alright, hopefully after this video you will see just the basics. Just the basics for a managed search over our resources at Grayson College. So what we mean by this is not a Google search. An uncontrolled Google, Yahoo, Bing, things like these are not controlled. You're going to have a whole lot of access. So many search hits to people who are posting on things they don't know anything about. This is not that. These are the databases. We're going to talk about in extensive detail how these are different in class. But for right now, I just want to show you how to get there, what to do with them. So from our home page, remember, as in most home pages, we hide these obscure things in the library. We're going to look at some normal library searches in class with our Find Books, Media, and more. But for right now, most of you are going to be more concerned with this. Find articles and more. All right, so remember the basic step here, homepage, library, and then a link here at Grayson College. It's Find Articles and More, wherever you transfer to in the future, something about databases probably. And then here our database shows up after this, A to Z. You want to get to the databases. All right, you want to get to the databases. It's always the case, especially if you're in a large university town, that books are going to serve you better. This is quicker. This is what most students tend to do. This is the shortcut, as it were, right? From our composition classes right now, you all have basic readings on the stuff, and we're just looking for a little fill material. That's kind of what we want to do for the most part here. All right, for the humanities classes, we're going to look at resources that'll help you out more broadly speaking. All right, so we have our database list here. Just note while we are here how many databases we have. We're not concerned with 20th century American poetry. You want to remember this one, Academic Search Complete. This is the default search for Grayson College, right? Default search. We're not concerned with most of these other things, but if you are, you might just play around with this someday. Contemporary authors. There's all sorts of business links down here. I like to use films on demand in humanities classes to catch students up on some of the things I may have missed in the past. We have here, a lot of you like to go to Wikipedia to start out with. You don't need to. We have Funk and Wagnall's New World Encyclopedia here, so that's just a full-on encyclopedia. You can get for a good general overview for things. And we're concerned with this other one way down here, JSTOR. Okay, so right now for our limited searches, we're probably only concerned with 2 in the composition classes, and probably not even this JSTOR one right now. We're probably going to use this one a lot more extensively in the future. We probably just want to be concerned with Academic Search Complete right now. We're just basic online database searches, not Google searches. All right, so you're going to get to the home page here. I've already signed into it, so the screen that we're missing is just whatever you'd use to sign into Canvas will. And I'm going to do a basic search from EBSCO. I have it clicked, and you see here Boolean. That just means I'm going to put the word "and" in. So drinking age, let's say, and to limit the titles, fatalities. All right, if I didn't say "and fatalities," then anything with the title of drinking age that EBSCO has access to would show up, and we're already going to have too many what you call hits. Okay, so the fatal toll of driving, the effective minimum legal age, evasion of traffic fatalities. All right. Well, when you notice that when you click on this, it's not really the article. All right. This is going to happen to a lot of you all and a lot of your friends who do not click on this video to see what's going on, and unless you limit your search results to full text. If we were at a larger place where you could track down the actual print copies, or do an interlibrary loan or something like that, you might want to know what all these other things are. We're like I say, we're just at baby stages with all this. So I'm just going to limit it to full text. We're going to do this again. Well, I just messed up, right? But you might want to try a different search like that. That might be valid. So drinking age and fatalities. And here we go. Now this is what you want, the PDF full text, right? The PDF full text or other full text, and they're not all in PDF versions. And here you go. All right, the whole thing comes up. I recommend just printing it out so that way you can mark it up as you will. You're not going to be able to use all these either, but you can tell from the titles now. I mean, we're not going to need this one off Russia. Probably. You might figure out a way to source it. Does the Strinkinate Saves Lives? See, this is right up a lot more our alley for the composition classes. Lots of what you call good hits through here, right? Lots of good hits. So now what I'm going to do is I'm back this out a little bit, and let's just think about now the humanities classes. Try around with a lot of stuff, right? So we were talking about Richard the Lionheart's mother, for instance, is a good presentation to do. So Eleanor of Aquitaine, I believe is how you spell that. And it would correct the spelling. That's right, but it would correct the spelling if it was wrong. Here you have, look, this is a good general source. These are all separate sources. This is a different encyclopedia we have access to through EBSCOhost, right? So not as a standalone. The backstory, right, for Eleanor of Aquitaine and so on. So all these are separate sources. You're just going to need a couple for your presentation, a general one and a specific one. So this is obviously a good general one. And you have plenty of specific ones here. This is more than enough to get you, just this search is more than enough to get you through your presentation. And so I believe that will do it for just how to get to these two important ones. But really for us, this will get it done right here for you for our purposes. This segment, we're going to get a lot more into JSTOR from a composition classes for our next full-on paper. All right, so if you have any questions about the presentation, just zap me or message me in Canvas, let me know.